Imagine you're driving peacefully when suddenly flashing red and blue lights appear in your rearview mirror. Your heart rate jumps. You pull over, and the officer walks up asking, "Mind if I take a look inside your vehicle?" Most people panic or feel pressured to say yes. But what if I told you that in many cases, you don't have to? In fact, knowing your rights could save you from unnecessary searches, false accusations, or even having your privacy invaded for no reason at all. In today's video, we're breaking down 13 specific things police cannot search without your permission, unless they have a valid warrant or clear legal cause. These are the kind of rules most drivers don't know, and that's exactly why officers sometimes take advantage of that ignorance. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly when you can say no, what the law actually protects, and how to handle those tense moments with confidence, without getting into trouble. So stay till the end, because the last few points are the ones police really don't want you to know about. Let's get started. Number 1, your locked glove compartment. If an officer stops you and asks to open your locked glove compartment, you can legally say no, unless they have a search warrant or clear probable cause. The Fourth Amendment protects this space as part of your private property. Even if the glove box contains your registration or insurance papers, you're allowed to open it yourself and hand them over without letting the officer look inside. Why does this matter? Because people often store valuables, prescription meds, or personal documents there. Allowing access gives permission for a broader search than necessary. The next time an officer requests to look inside your locked glove box, remember, it's a request, not an order. Number 2, your trunk. Your car trunk is legally treated as a separate compartment from the cabin, meaning police can't open it without a warrant or probable cause. Unless you've been arrested or something illegal is clearly visible, they can't just decide to check what's in there. This is one of the most misunderstood areas, as drivers often give consent out of fear. Once you say sure, you voluntarily waived your Fourth Amendment right. Keep calm, be respectful, but never allow a trunk search without clear legal grounds. And speaking of private spaces, the next one might surprise you. It's right under your seat. Number 3, under your seats. Police can't search under your seats unless something illegal is clearly visible or they have probable cause to believe evidence is hidden there. Just because the space is open doesn't mean it's public. Without your consent or a warrant, rummaging under your seat counts as an unlawful search. This is especially important because even something small, like an old tool, a wrapper, or another person's item, can raise suspicion if found. But what about your phone? That small device that basically holds your entire life. Number 4, your cell phone. Your smartphone is off limits without a warrant. Period. The Supreme Court ruled that officers can't search through your messages, photos, or apps without legal authorization. It's considered an extension of your personal privacy. If an officer asks to just take a quick look, politely decline. They may still seize the phone temporarily if they suspect it's tied to a crime, but they cannot open it. Always lock your device and never give your passcode unless required by law or a judge's order. Your phone's not the only thing that's private. Your bags are next. Number 5, your purses, backpacks, and bags. Any personal bag in your car, whether it's on the floor, seat, or trunk, is protected property. Police can't open or inspect it without your consent or probable cause. This includes tool bags, gym duffels, or even shopping totes. You have every right to refuse a bag search unless you're being arrested or something illegal is in plain sight. Always state clearly, "I do not consent to any searches." That single sentence protects your rights in most states. And what about your wallet? Believe it or not, that's a separate category too. Number 6, your wallet or purse contents. If you're not under arrest, police cannot demand to search your wallet or purse. They can only ask for identification or necessary documents, like your driver's license. If they start looking through your cash, cards, or receipts, that's a violation of privacy. Even if they say, "We're just checking for something illegal," remember, without consent or probable cause, they're crossing a line. You can calmly say, "I don't consent to searches." But here's something most drivers don't realize. Your car's digital data is also protected. Number 7, your car's black box or infotainment data. Modern cars store tons of data, from your speed and braking habits to GPS routes and even your phone contacts. Police cannot access this electronic data without a warrant. It's treated like digital property. Even after an accident, unless ordered by a court, you're not required to hand over that data. This can be crucial evidence, so always know your rights before surrendering digital access. Now let's talk about something people rarely question: the passenger area. Number 8, your passenger's belongings. Even if you give consent for a vehicle search, that permission doesn't extend to your passenger's personal items. Police would need separate consent or probable cause for their bags or jackets. This rule often gets overlooked, especially when multiple people are in the car. If your passenger isn't aware of their rights, remind them they can say no too. It's perfectly legal to refuse a search on their behalf. But what if the police see something suspicious through your window? Number 9, closed containers in plain sight. Seeing a closed container, like a box, bag, or can, doesn't give police the right to open it. Unless what's inside is clearly visible and illegal, they can't assume or guess. The law requires probable cause, not just curiosity. Even a locked briefcase sitting on your seat is protected under the Fourth Amendment. This prevents fishing expeditions, where officers look for something incriminating without real cause. The next one's tricky because it happens when you're not even in the car. Number 10, your parked car without warrant or probable cause. If your car is parked and you're not inside it, police cannot just search it because they suspect something. They need a warrant or visible evidence of a crime. Even in public places, your car's privacy is legally protected. Many people think officers can inspect any parked car. Not true. Only if there's a smell, sight, or sound of illegal activity can they proceed without a warrant. But what happens if they bring in a K9 dog? You'll want to hear this one. Number 11, your car. During a random K9 sniff, a K9 sniff by itself isn't a search, but if the dog alerts, that gives officers probable cause. However, police can't detain you indefinitely just to wait for a dog to arrive. If the stop takes longer than necessary for the initial reason, like a traffic ticket, the search becomes illegal. Always ask, "Am I free to go?" That one question often determines the legality of what follows. Now this one catches even experienced drivers. Your home garage. Number 12, your garage or private driveway. If your vehicle is parked inside your garage or on private property, police cannot enter to search it without a warrant. Even if they can see the car through a window, it's still protected under the same privacy laws as your home. Only in extreme emergencies, like a chase or threat to life, can they act without a warrant. So that car in your driveway, it's shielded by your property rights. And finally, one of the most misunderstood protections of all time. Number 13, your verbal or written consent if coerced. Even if you agree to a search, that consent is invalid if it was given under pressure, intimidation, or fear. The law says consent must be voluntary. If an officer raises their voice or implies consequences for refusal, your consent doesn't count. You can later challenge the search in court. Always stay calm, polite, but firm. I don't consent to any searches. It's not confrontational. It's your constitutional right. So there you have it. 13 things police can't search without your permission. These are your rights, guaranteed by the Constitution, but they only protect you if you know them. Most people give up their privacy out of fear or confusion, but now you're not one of them. You know when to stand firm, when to comply, and when to confidently say, "No, officer, I don't consent to any searches." Remember, staying calm and respectful is key. Knowing your rights doesn't mean being difficult, it means being smart, because one wrong move could open the door to a full search you never agreed to. If you found this video eye-opening, hit that like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to Care Xpert, where we teach you not just how to protect your car, but how to protect yourself behind the wheel. Stay smart, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.